Hey, my name is Martin. I'm a technical driver coach specializing in open formula. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about my insights that I saw from the Baku F1 GP 2025. If you're interested in what my thoughts are, definitely keep watching. Let's talk about the race start then. Bit of a defensive posture from Max. Let's bring it up. We'll have a look at it together. And this looks slightly different to Monza. There's a little bit of more angle on this Red Bull compared to what we saw in Monza. Did Max learn his lesson? I don't know. This kind of looks 50-50 to me, like it's a borderline pass from Max. I'll expect it a little bit sharper. The thing is with Baku, he's got a big track width across here from which to cover. So, but that's the negative. The pro is that there's a very short run down to turn one. So it doesn't actually have to do too much work. Get a half reasonable start and you'll be fine. But this is different. This is a step more in what I was saying in Monza, like angle your car at least across to the inside. Max has done that here, particularly if you compare across to the Red Bull behind, the V carb or whatever it is behind. That's parallel directly straight and square. You can see Max does have a bit of an angle on his car. I think it worked for him. He managed to get to the inside with a reasonable start, at least mid-track, and then Carlos tucked in behind. Max got a good start, so it wasn't to worry. So all good. I think it was, yeah, he was definitely thinking about getting to the inside and protecting the inside. And I can see his intention here. So again, it's not perfect, but it's a pass. It's better than what happened in Monza. Now we need to talk about Oscar Piastri. Wow. Wow. What's happened with Oscar Piastri, guys? I hear you ask, what happened? What happened? Is it mental? Is it pressure? Was it a mistake? Why did he jump to start? I'm asking the same questions, guys. Now the context is that in Monza, yeah, they had all that drama, the pit stop, swap, the slow stop for Lando and all that. Now, look, I thought Oscar handled that really well. He was very professional. He was, like, hey, this was not what we discussed in our papaya rules. I don't have to let Lando through on the basis of a slow stop. I thought that was racing. But if you want me to let him through, I'll let him through. That's fine. So that was class from Oscar. He let him through. He lost his 3 points. It was between second and third, whatever. And then when he spoke about it afterwards, he was very cordial. He was very benevolent. He was just like, yeah, it is what it is and it's fine. It's a couple of points and we agreed and whatever. It didn't seem to me like anything affected him and Monza was done and that was it. Clearly though, and I think not necessarily due to the mistake in qualifying because that was tough conditions, but the jump start showed pressure. It showed that Oscar's under pressure or feeling pressure of some sort. And then the mistake that happened thereafter, he crashed at turn 5, showed desperation as well. So there's pressure and desperation creeping in there. Again, I'm not sure why. I didn't think Oscar had anything to worry about, like off the back of Monza. Actually, if anything, I think he should be cheering based on what happened from qualifying with Lando's missed opportunity. I wanted to touch on that as well because the lady in the pen, I'm not sure her name, the English lady, she asked Lando, was that a missed opportunity with Oscar in the wall and you qualifying P7 or whatever Lando qualified? And he's like, no, not necessarily, blah, blah. I'm like, geez, Lando, man. It is a missed opportunity. You're in the best car and your teammate crashed in Q3. That is defined as a missed opportunity. I don't know why Lando just kind of admit that. Anyway, so like if I was Oscar, there was nothing to worry about. Everything was fine. I'm not sure where this pressure and desperation has come from. So I'm as confused as you guys. This is very un-Oscar Piastri-like characteristics that Oscar's demonstrated here. They won back 12 months this time last year. He executed one of the most beautiful weekends you've ever seen in racing. Forensic in his racecraft when he attacked Charles Leclerc into turn 1 up the inside. It was beautiful. And then went on to win, good rear tire management. Like it was everything, all the usual Oscar Piastri stuff. So I'm as confused as you guys. I'm not sure why he's feeling the pressure, but I would go as far as to say evidently he is feeling pressure for some reason, which I don't know at the moment. So his crash meant that we had a safety car restart to talk about. I wanted to show you guys because we've been talking on this channel a lot about where to do the restarts. And everyone said, well, hang on, Oscar Piastri's in Netherlands, the safety car lights only went out at turn 11 and he didn't have enough time to prepare his restart. Well, this was a very different case and situation. So I just wanted to put that out straight away. So this is turn 5. This is where Piastri crashed. Oh, by the way, I thought it was really interesting that Piastri was just sitting here as well. Now that I look at this track, he's just sitting to the right of this picture and he was watching the race on his phone. Again, that was weird for me as well. Like if it were me, and look, I just want to give you my opinion, not that I'm anything to go by, But if it were me, I just want to get out of there. The last thing I would want to do is stare at that corner for 51 laps or whatever it was, however many laps we had. The last thing I'd want to do is stare at where I left my tire marks for the whole race and have to think about it. Like, go home, Oscar. Like, go have a shower, go have something and just forget about it. Like, I don't know why he sat there the whole race. And I don't know. It's been a weird weekend from Oscar. I don't understand it. Anyway, what I wanted to show you here was it comes up here, safety car ending, yet the lights are still on. These lights remained on pretty much the whole lap until we got to turn 15. I'll bring up the track map. So we got indication that the safety car was ending over here at turn 5. Yet the lights only went out over here at turn 15. So what I'm saying is Max had plenty of time to prepare a restart. If he wanted to let the safety car go and get off the hook and, you know, safety car's over here, Max is over here, he could have definitely set up something like that, and gone out of 15 was an option, and gone out of 16 was an option as well. We spoke in the live stream that it really depends on the ease with which the cars are overtaking. As it turns out, it was pretty difficult to pass even with DRS. So I highly doubt that Carlos was going to form an attack on Max if Max legged it out of turn 16. But he wouldn't have known that at that time. We'd only done one racing lap, and no one would really know unless the engineers had done a calc of some sorts, but then I wouldn't even trust it anyway. So we didn't really know. So anyway, Max just kind of, you know, he does his weaving pretty much all the way down here to turn 20-ish, around this location here, around mid straight, just before the start finish line, did his usual weaving and then went like that. I don't know, it worked, I guess, but it caught a few drivers out, namely Carlos. Like, come on, Carlos, we're getting to the point at which surely Max is going to go, just keep the steering wheel straight and preload the throttle. I think there was an opportunity for Carlos because Max left it so late that at one point he has to go, and you know, all you got to do is anticipate that. And if you anticipate it early, like if Carlos goes a touch early, you just lift out of the throttle as well. So it didn't look like Carlos was on the ball there. Now, who else was not on the ball was Lando Norris. That was one of the worst restarts I've ever seen. Charles Leclerc gets to attack Lando down into turn 1 because they're around this location here. That's Lando and that's Charles. And then there's a car in front. I'm not sure who it is, but I'll put them here. Lando's left a massive gap here for some reason. And Charles gets a nice run and gets the move done over the start-finish line and then, yeah, takes the position off Lando. That's Lando Norris just sleeping on a safety car restart. I don't know why, guys, again. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that Max had the option of going out of 16. Given what we know about the race and how difficult it was to pass, that would have been the best place, I think, to do it. I don't think it was the right place to do it here. But anyway, still like made it work and yeah, got off the hook there, I think, on lap 5. I don't know about you guys, but I thought the mid-race was a bit of a yawn. I just thought it was like with DRS trains, not much happening after that restart. Yeah, a little bit of strategy. We had some guys on different tires. I don't know. It just didn't, it wasn't as engaged in watching the race as I would have thought for Baku. My expectations were quite high, I'm going to be honest. But here's the thing, right? They brought that C6 thing to the race and saying, hey, look, they wrote that big story that we went through on Thursday in our live stream, that we were gone one step softer and this is going to promote 2 stops and this is going to promote degradation. Well, here's the reality. No one touched it in the race because it's a marshmallow. And then even in qualifying, everyone's suspicious about this tire as well. Is it going to last a lap? Are we going to qualify on the medium? Even Max at the end was like, yeah, I use the soft, but I really wanted the medium. We just didn't have one. So then where are we? We got this marshmallow and we can't even use it. So it doesn't really change the racing because they're running on medium and hard throughout the race. So I just thought like, yeah, we need to do something. Either fix how difficult it is to pass, open up your DRS zones, you know, like just make mandatory use of all 3 tires during the race. You have to use the soft, you have to use the medium, you have to use the hard potentially as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there was an opportunity to, well, I mean, there's nothing they can do now. We're stuck with these regs and these compounds, but I think there is an opportunity moving forward to improve the racing somehow. I've always thought that DRS is not the solution. In fact, what you want to do is be able to add downforce in the middle of a corner to be able to follow. So the car behind should not have a DRS. It should have like a front wing addition so you can follow and then, you know, reverse that for the straight, because you're losing downforce at the end of the day through aero wash. So you want to be compensated back in downforce. I don't want to be paid back in drag reduction and have it be some sort of calculation based on some distance that we think overtaking is going to be possible. No, give me back the downforce I lost through the mid corner. Thank you very much. And I'll make the overtake down the straight. So I feel like that's a better solution, but doesn't seem to be getting much traction. I wanted to show you guys some pit lane entries as well. A very suspicious pit lane entry from Lando Norris. Have a look at this. Tell me what you guys think. Does Lando not cut the corner here or go outside of track limits, outside of the white lines? I'll slow it down for you guys, but check this out. The white lines tell you that they're the bounds of the racetrack. What's that? Surely that's all four wheels off the racetrack. Now, I'm not sure if there was a technical directive or some sort of thing that issued that said, hey, look, in the pit lane, you're allowed to cut it, like a special incentive. But that to me looks like a slam dunk penalty. I'm not sure. I think we need clarification. I'm looking for answers in this video. I want answers on Max Verstappen. I want answers on what happened to Oscar Piastri. I want answers on why Lando Norris is allowed to cut the pit lane entry. Yeah, sorry, I don't have all the answers this time, guys. Sorry, but hopefully it'll make for an interesting discussion in the comments section below. Yeah, I wanted to give a summary on Max to finish. Yeah, I mean, he drove beautifully. He did exactly what he needed to do. It was a beautiful lap yesterday. It was a well-controlled race, a good start, a good strategy. He started on the hard compound tire as well. So we think even now that I just think about it with the start, I should give Max more credit for that start. He started on a hard when Carlos started on a medium. So he drove beautifully and it was consistent and was pulling away. He was just suffocating Carlos the whole race, just chipping away, extending. Didn't seem to be under any pressure, didn't lock up any brakes. So yeah, it was a classy drive. This video, join the conversation in the comments section below. If you had a thought, a question, something you agree or disagree or liked from the weekend or this video, definitely leave it in the comments section below. We got the Singapore live stream coming up in 2 weeks. I'm going to be talking about the technicalities of that circuit. So I hope you can join me there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.